We begin this morning with breaking news. Former President George H.W. Bush passed away last night at the age of 94.
This is a live look outside his home in Houston, Texas. Bush was the nation's 41st president, serving from 1989 to 1993. Here is ABC's Linda Lopez with a look at his life.
His family, former presidents, and the nation are mourning the loss of former President George H.W. Bush, who passed away in Houston just after 10 p.m. last night.
I, George Herbert Walker Bush, do solemnly swear.
George Herbert Walker Bush was sworn into a world he called rich with promise.
For a new breeze is blowing, and a world refreshed by freedom seems reborn.
The 41st president and his presidency were shaped by the upheavals of the 20th century. On his 18th birthday, he enlisted to fight in World War II, becoming the youngest pilot in the U.S. Navy. By 1948, the future president had married Barbara Pierce and moved his family from New England to Texas, where he was elected to the U.S. House of Representatives. He soon rose to become ambassador to the United Nations, and then China, director of the Central Intelligence Agency, and under Ronald Reagan, vice president. After 2 terms in the Reagan administration, Bush ran for president himself, defeating Michael Dukakis. Bush then famously made a promise he would later break.
Read my lips. No new taxes.
But progress on his watch was felt around the world. The fall of the Berlin Wall, the end of communism in Eastern Europe, perhaps most notably, the liberation of Kuwait after the Iraqi invasion.
A line has been drawn in the sand.
Despite his popularity after the Gulf War, a faltering economy and a growing budget deficit eventually weakened his presidency. And in 1992, Bush was defeated by Bill Clinton. With the election of George W. Bush in 2000, the senior Bush joined John Adams as both president and presidential father. He devoted his retirement to helping others, raising money with President Clinton for Asian tsunami and Hurricane Katrina victims.
He easily could have chosen a life of comfort and privilege. And instead, time and again, when offered a chance to serve, he seized it.
In the end, Bush, like his son, insisted he would let history measure his legacy. Plans are now being made for the body of former President Bush to be taken to Washington, D.C., where he'll lie in state and where his funeral will take place at the National Cathedral. Linda Lopez, ABC News, New York. Back to you.
Yeah, such a rich history for sure. Thank you, Linda. George.